This next question was actually posed to the Denver Public Library. Someone wondering, is this the first photograph of Denver? Here's Special Collections librarian Brian Trembeth with the answer.
One of the things that really stood out for me is that it had those very rough-hewn sort of, what we think of as frontier buildings. But for me, the big tell was the wagon that had a team of oxen with it. When people made the pioneer journeys, they usually had oxen rather than horses or mules. The original's pretty yellowed. So this would be roughly, 15th and Larimer, right around there. We found that the photographer's name, Rufus E. Cable, was on our catalog record, but wasn't on the photo itself. On the photo itself, it did have the initials REC, which did stand for Rufus E. Cable. So it's under photographers, Cable Rufus E. May have been the first to photograph Denver and other Colorado scenery. He had come out here with one of the early groups to establish a city in what would become Denver. And when we started looking into it, we found that there was really quite a bit on the photographer Rufus Cable, and a lot that could put him in Denver during that time and really establish it as maybe not necessarily the first picture of Denver, but certainly one of the earliest that are known to be around.
There's no bike lane on that street, I'll notice. Remember yesterday's story with the bike lane? Anyway, that photograph is not the only piece of Rufus Cable's legacy that remains. Back in 1859, Rufus and a buddy were down scouting land near what is now Colorado Springs. Rufus's friend, the thirsty stork, looked around and said, well, this spot would make a great beer garden. Rufus was like, beer garden? Why, it is a fit place for the gods to assemble. And that is how Garden of the Gods got its name. Way to be, Rufus.